right, what's going on, YouTube? It is me, Derek P. Fields, aka the Gridiron Blitz, and we are live. ISN presents the One Pride podcast. Are you guys down with OPP? I know I always am. For May 21st, 2020, I'm here with my crew. We got the usuals. What's up to Noble Sports Entertainment? What's up, man?
What's up, guys? What's going on? Let's get it popping.
Let's get it popping, man. And we are also in the building with a Mr. TROXEL'S Sports Talk. What's going on, Travis?
What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you guys had a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day in Michigan.
I thought you was going to say the neighborhood for a second.
Hey, I thought you was going to sing Mr. Rogers, man.
I really did, man.
Day in the neighborhood.
And last but not least,
in the neighborhood.
Hey, I said last but not least, whatever. We got the hype master himself, Mr. MICROMIKE. What's up, man?
What's going on, guys? And let's get it. We're going to have a good one tonight. One pride or don't ride. One pride to get ran over by a Mack truck, because that's what we do. Let's go, Detroit.
Man, hey, fellas, we need some of that. Whatever that is, we need it, because I'm running on empty. But that's what's up. What's up, guys? Thank you so much. And before we get started, we are missing a team member. The DERRN had to take care of some business, so we are all about that at ISN. So shout out to the DERRN. We miss you, brother, and we are going to get this podcast started. TA, can you give shout out for me, man?
Yes, no problem. Okay, let's see who we got in the building today. We got Gridiron Buns. Is in? Hold on, Gridiron Buns.
Yeah, the Gridiron Buns, man. I just caught. Yeah, bro. I don't know what these people be coming up with, but that's buns. What they do.
Okay, Jacob Fanta, believe the hype. My boy MICROMIKE is in the building. Also, Peace and Quiet is in the building. Gridiron Yugi is in the building. What's going on? Flying Hawaii is in the building. Who else we got in the building? JoJo Barnes is in the building. Kool-Aid and Cornbread, the coolest name on the internet, is in the building. Chris Cosball is in the building. Shane is in the building. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Gold Lions also is in the building. And little turkey Pistons.
I saw that, and I was like, "What in the world is that, man?"
Jack Merriman.
I've never seen you before. Welcome, man.
I have.
And shout out to Carl Mahone. First time seeing that name in the chat. What's up, fellas?
What's up? What's up, Trav? Can you let the people know how important likes are, my friend?
Hey, it is very important. If you want the Detroit Lions to have a positive light, we need those likes up.
That's facts. That is facts. And before we get started talking about the team like we do every Tuesday and every Thursday, I got to give a special shout out to my fellas on the panel who have grown in their subscriber counts. It is an amazing thing. TA, I've not said this on air, man. Congratulations on 6K, man.
Man, thank you, brother. Hey, same thing to you, brother. Same thing to you, brother.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. MICROMIKE, you set a milestone as well today.
Oh, man, I want to thank you, the subscribers. This is insane, the amount of growth. We love it. We appreciate it. It is a fantastic day to be part of ISN. Much love, fellas.
I appreciate that. And Trav, you keep grinding as well, man, doing your thing over there as well. I see you, sir. We're all about community, family, and fun, man. We like to talk about our team. So we're going to get this thing started today. And you guys know how I felt last year when it came to the backup quarterback situation. I was not very fond of it. You guys probably remember that. And we wind up signing Josh Johnson and Tom Savage. He gets hurt, and then we bring in Josh and I think another guy too as well.
Yep,
yeah, David Fales. That's
David
right.
Fales. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the name. It's in the name, right?
Yeah.
So we kind of, so I was livid, and I was huge on Teddy Bridgewater. And that brings me to the first question for today's show is, guys, how do you feel about the backup quarterback situation? Now, I did read today that the Detroit Lions are entertaining going back to just 2 quarterbacks. So that means they must have tremendous faith in Matthew Stafford's health, which is something they probably didn't have last year. So currently we have David Blau and Chase Daniel. Are you confident? We're going to start with Mr. MICROMIKE. He's got all the hype. We need that hype. How do you feel about the backup quarterback situation?
You know, I am going to be taking a turn in which probably no one expects, but it's the truth in my opinion. I looked upon the backup quarterback position, not at the quarterback, but the offensive line in the running game. If we had an offensive line in a running game coming out of the NFL draft, I would be okay with the quarterback that we have in Chase Daniel, because we must run the ball. We must protect the quarterback. So if we get injured with Matthew Stafford, if we can run the ball, it will protect the backup quarterback. We are unable to run the ball the last years, the last centuries, and it forced whoever is in the quarterback position to throw the ball like crazy. I think Driscoll was throwing it 40 sometimes. That should never happen with the backup quarterback in the position that we are in. But since we got a running game, since we got an offensive line, since we have Darrell Bevell, who is going to make sure that this offense is balanced, if Stafford gets injured, I am okay with Chase Daniel as long as he can hand the ball off. To me, that's the biggest thing. If we have a running threat, we can get just enough plays off for the quarterback, the backup quarterback, to win us a football game. But it all relies on that run game.
Okay, so Mike, is it safe to say that you're more comfortable this year than you were last year?
Oh, yeah. Well, interestingly enough, I thought last year we were actually going to run the football, but my worry was the offensive line. Interestingly enough, the offensive line performed better, but the running game fell back. But this year, I feel much better having DeAndre Swift, Kerryon Johnson, and Bo Scarborough, who came out of nowhere, with a upgraded offensive line with Halapaludi Vaitai at the right side, Jackson at the right guard position. So I feel much comfortable. Plus, Chase Daniel, let's make no mistake about it, I think he's an upgrade over Driscoll, even though I didn't even know who Driscoll was before last year. At least I know Chase Daniel won at Ford Field because he did it last year.
That's very true. That's very true. Troxel Sports Talk. You know how I felt. I know how you felt about last year's backup QB situation. Do you feel comfortable with the current backup situation? And we're just throwing another question as well. And Mike, I'll circle back to you after TA. Do you want to see 2 or 3 quarterbacks on the roster? So the first part of that question is, are you comfortable with the current backup quarterback situation?
As far as the backup quarterback, I'm kind of undecided right now because I do want to kind of see how this offensive line, how this run game can protect our starting quarterback, one Mr. Matthew Stafford. I am kind of tired of people kind of overlooking him and things like that. And, you know, we need to see the Matthew Stafford that we all know and love. The Mr. 5,000 yards, having 1,000-yard back that 1 year. The last time he had a real run game, he threw for 5,000 yards and 41 touchdowns. And I can't wait to see that. So if he does go down and we do have to rely on a backup quarterback, I'm going to have to see how he can, because I felt like last year, even with Jeff Driscoll and David Blau, they did enough to win us games. It was that defense that kind of let the team down a little bit to where we lost 9 straight. And I feel like now having, the emphasis on the offensive line, having the emphasis on the running back position, making sure that Matthew Stafford's taken care of, I don't think it's going to be a problem this year more so than any other year prior. I think our last best backup quarterback was one Mr. Sean Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very fond of Sean Hill.
So I was, man. That dude was a stud, man.
He was, man. He was. Now, Trav, the second part of that question is, we had 3 last year, and a lot of people were debating on 2 or 3 quarterbacks. And we wound up carrying 3, but now we know why. Matthew Stafford was not fully healthy, and the upper brass knew that. What do you think this year? Do you think we keep 2 or 3 quarterbacks?
If we could kind of protect David Blau from getting picked up or getting shipped out, and keep him on at least the practice squad, yeah. I'm not opposed to having just 2. But if we have a problem where he might leave due to being claimed, then I would actually keep the 3.
Okay. All right. Now, TA.
Yeah.
I remember last year how you were feeling about the quarterback situation, man. Me and you were
Yeah.
very fond of. I think everybody at the table was, if it financially fit in, that Teddy B would have been an awesome pickup. Not a lot of
Yeah.
quality backups out there. How do you feel about the quality of backup that the Detroit Lions have? Are you confident with the gentlemen they have on the squad?
Well, I have no choice to be confident because this is what they gave me. this is what the team. This is what they're giving us. They're giving us Chase Daniels, so I got to be confident in what they're putting out on the field. Now, has Chase Daniels done some amazing things sometimes? Yes, he has. He beat us. Did he beat us last year? I believe.
Yes,
he
he
did.
did.
I believe so.
Yeah, he beat us. So
2 years in a row.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So he
Yep.
beat us. So definitely, man, I'm confident in him to be able to get the job done. See, the main thing about having a backup quarterback is you want him to be able to win games. You don't want a backup to just come in and just drop over just because he's the backup. No, I want my backup quarterback to go out and win football games. And if the offensive line can gel and come together like they need to come together, I think that everything will be fine. But the Chase Daniel thing is, the thing about him is just he's an okay and average quarterback. I would probably love to have someone like Cam, because I know he would have light a fire up under Matthew Stafford. And he would definitely light a fire under Matthew Stafford, because he would have to play well, because you don't want to lose your position to Cam Newton.
Absolutely.
Even though I know that is just a dream, and I'm just thinking if the Lions could have got a quarterback to back him up like Cam Newton, oh man, skies would be the limit. I would really think that this offense is going some places. And not to say that Matthew Stafford can't get that done, because he can. But at the same time, I think that whatever they have, they're comfortable with it, because they know what they have going into the season. You have to be comfortable with every position that you're filling. In that backup quarterback position, they are comfortable with him. They gave him a lot of money. So we're going to see if Matthew Stafford has to go down, can this guy come in and fulfill his duty to be a backup and win some football games, because you don't want to go out there losing games.
Absolutely. Especially, yeah. And you know, the thing is Matthew Stafford has never had that guy behind him to really push him. I think the closest guy was a Sean Hill. But that's one thing that a lot of Lions fans talk about a lot, is that we don't have somebody to challenge Matthew Stafford. Now, I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, and the reason why I brought up Cam Newton, because say, for instance, if the Lions decided to move on from Stafford, I'm not saying that they're going to do that, but if the Lions decided to move on from Stafford, man, a great bridge quarterback would be a guy like Cam Newton coming in and just taking over the team and being able to try to get this team, propel this team to the next level. Because Cam he's hungry to get back to a Super Bowl, and I would love to have a guy like Cam who's very talented and playing. Long as he can stay injury free, I would definitely consider signing a guy like Cam.
Yeah, TA, that's a little choppy territory, baby. If we can't get a Everson Griffin, we definitely not bringing in Cam Newton. That's I'm just saying that, I gotta get in Everson Griffin every single show, bro. Until that man is here, I'm gonna bring him up every show. But
Speak it to existence, brother.
And I did it last year. I'm gonna do it this year. I'm gonna do it this year. Now, TA. Matthew Stafford, man, how do you feel about his back? We got 2 quarterbacks on the roster, or 3. What do you think we're gonna roll with this year?
Well, hey, I think it's gonna be 2 quarterbacks. I think they're gonna try to squeeze in another position somewhere else, and they'll roll with 2 quarterbacks. I think because Stafford is already claiming that he's healed from his back injuries. We know that he suffered the back injuries 2 seasons in a row, and I just feel like that. With Stafford coming back and being healthy, you only going to need 1 quarterback, but maybe you want to just keep another quarterback just for insurance purposes.
Yeah,
because you don't know how good this offensive line is going to be, because they haven't played yet, and then you probably end up starting 1 or 2 rookies on that offensive line. So you really got a lot to think about.
Facts. Those are facts. Now, Mike, we're going to circle back to you for that question as well. But before you do that, can you shout out Jeff for me, please?
Jeff Terry is dropping a $9.99 super chat because he is a boss, an epic guy, MVP right now. Awesome. Thank you so much. He says, I am praying the rookie offensive line are beasts. So am I.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We both, we all got that feeling.
And you know what?
Jonah, please do it. I will do whatever it takes. Do I got to do some sort of ritual? Okay, I may, but we need
No rituals, Mike.
I do not have a Culpepper jersey to burn. I do not have jerseys to throw away. But please work with that offensive line and be a beast mode and open up those holes.
That is insane that you brought him up. Dante Culpepper. I forgot all about that.
Yeah,
that's a throw. It is Throwback Thursday. So shout out to Mike, man, for bringing that into our attention. Now, Mike, how do you feel about the third quarterback?
I think we're going to have 3 quarterbacks because we're going from 53 to 55 roster. I think David Blau is a good individual to kind of just sit back there and learn. I thought, considering the fact of what he had to deal with last year with the offensive line, with, basically getting thrown into the fire out of nowhere, he did fairly well considering the circumstances. I think at least give him another year to sit back there behind Matthew Stafford, behind Chase Daniel, to learn the game a little bit. You never know. Maybe he is a diamond in the rough. If not, oh well, it's just one roster spot. But if we kept 3 quarterbacks last year with 53-man roster, why not keep 3 quarterbacks with a 55-man roster? A young man back there, it ain't going to hurt too much anyways, in my opinion. I think it would be a net benefit compared to a net loss.
Absolutely. And in my opinion, guys, I like what Mike said about the we're going to add 2 more active players to the roster with the addition of the extra playoff team, and therefore having 7 games or 7 teams in the playoffs. So I think that we do keep 3. I think those 3 are currently on the roster, although I am not very fond of Chase Daniel. He has beat us on many occasions on some of the biggest stages that you can have, the Thanksgiving game. And it might have even been the Thanksgiving game last year, or I don't remember.
Yeah, it was the Thanksgiving Day game as well last year. 2 Thanksgiving Day games in a row.
Okay, and we played the Bears this Thanksgiving. Is that correct?
We played the Texans.
We got the Texans.
The Texans. Okay, so they broke up the monotony and not 3 in a row. Yeah. I am not too fond. Never have liked this guy. He is serviceable at best. Blau, I like Blau. I think he has a huge upswing. He just didn't have much of an offensive line. And this dude was a rookie. This guy was a rookie. And I think, guys, honestly, that Blau could be the quarterback of the future. I mean, they went to go get this guy and with a trade, and they like what they saw after he beat us with Cleveland, because directly after that, we go and pick this guy up.
Facts.
So I'm not comfortable with them per se. I still feel if Matthew Stafford goes down, it's going to be a long season. However, Chase and Blau now have that experience. Blau is no longer a rookie. He's been out there on the field, so he understands the game, the speed, and things like that. So I do believe that he would do much better than last year. Not so many overthrows, holding on to the ball for too long. So I'm agreeing with Mike. We are going to keep 3 on the roster. Now we're going to move on to the next question. Did everybody answer that? I'm sorry, Trav.
Yeah, we did, but
Okay.
I do got a quick question. Do you want me to read the Michigan update?
Well, since you brought it up, you might as well.
Okay. Appreciate that. Michael Johnson says Michigan update: 53,510 cases of the coronavirus with 5,129 deaths.
Yeah, that's a lot. Ladies and gentlemen,
that's a lot.
Yeah, things are going to be opening back up.
And my brother just got confirmed with coronavirus.
That is right.
So if y'all
Prayers
can
out.
throw some prayers out there, he's 41 years of age. So
Wow. Yeah, absolutely.
If you guys can't throw them prayer hands up in the chat.
Yeah, that would be nice. Guys, real life is coming back. They're going to be opening things up in Michigan. As far as I heard, you can already meet in gatherings of less than 10. And on the 28th, we're going to go back into full-blown percentage mode. So, guys, take care of yourself. Wear a mask, wash your hands, all that stuff. You know it. You've heard it. So do it, okay? All right. So, Trav, you got that information, man?
Which one?
Danny Amendola?
Oh, yeah. Just give me,
all right. Well, I'll come back. Danny Amendola, guys, you know I'm a huge DA fan. If you didn't know, now you know, okay? Not as huge as the ladies are, but I dig me Danny Amendola, man. Multiple championship winner. he's got the chip on his shoulder of an undrafted player. And to me, the late rounders and the undrafted people, they got the most to prove. You know, they feel like they should have gone earlier. They didn't. So Danny Amendola has spoken some words on Matt Patricia's style and things like that. And I wanted to get you guys' take on what it would do for the team. Travis, you got that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead and read that for the chat, please.
Okay. He says he's bounced around the NFL over 12 years, but he always felt at home in New England. He thrived in an unforgiving environment Patricia is trying to establish in Detroit. So the Lions brought him on board last year, then re-signing him this year. And he says, I've played all different types I played in all different types of coaches and offenses and methods. What Coach Patricia has to offer is something I eagerly look for because I know I'll get the best version of me.
Yes. And in addition to that, fellas, he was also saying that he spent last year, guys, I told you, and that Danny Amendola was going to be an asset to this team. And he was trying to tell players, look, I know this man. I know how Matt Patricia does. So it looks like he was trying to groom them guys. Now, he didn't speak negatively on Slay and Snacks and things like that. He wouldn't go there. But my thing is he obviously tried. I think Matt Patricia brought him in for that veteran leadership.
Yes.
And he tried to do that, Mike.
Yes.
And my thing to you is, and here's the question for the panel, is knowing that Danny Amendola not only supports Matt Patricia, but knows his style and that he tried to help the team last year to kind of get ready for this guy to brace for impact because they were so used to a Caldwell and things like that. And they didn't have that guy to lead them really in 2018. How do you think those words from Danny Amendola will affect the Detroit Lions for the 2020 season?
Me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this was my theory last year, and actually it's proven to be true now, is that Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn want to bring in individuals that understand that Matt Patricia's style is completely different from what we have had in the past. And I can talk about this about my life experience. Before I went into the Army, I knew exactly what I was getting into. It was definitely a culture change, but through the military, my family, I understand that it is going to be in your face. It's a different type of attitude. It's not like you see in the civilian world. And so you got to have a different type of perspective when you're dealing with individuals like that and the environment that you're going to be in. Matt Patricia is a more in-your-face type of individual, and he's going to get there like that. So he brought in a Trey Flowers for the defensive line to help the defensive linemen understand what they're going to get through. Same with Danny Amendola. What you see now in the offseason is him perfect that even more. He brought in Collins for the linebacker position. He brought in Williams for the defensive line. He brought in Jerron for the safety. He put individuals all over the field that understand Patricia's type of way, so they, in their safety room, in the defensive backs room, they can understand what's coming their way. Same with the linebacker room. The Collins can let these guys know this is how you got to prepare. It is not like it was with Jim Caldwell. It's not easy. They're not going to be your friends. You have a job, and it's a hard-nosed type of position, a hard-nosed teacher. You need to get and understand this. If you don't take it that way, you're going to take it the wrong way. If you don't have that mentality, if you don't understand this type of mentality, you can be a Darius Slayer or Snacks Harrison where you totally take it the wrong way. Totally. And so when you have individuals that been in this type of situation, they can explain to the other people, the younger folks in the room, this is not just straight up being a prick. This is how he teaches.
Yes. And I think that's Mike. I think you hit it right on the head. That's how he teaches. And it's kind of like you're going to a new class. When you graduate from 4th grade to 5th grade, it's a new teacher. You have no idea what to expect. And what you expect is what you've been going through. And I love Coach Caldwell, but and apparently the players did too, but I agree with you as well, Mike. So, Mike, with all that being said, I'm assuming, how do you feel? Is that a positive thing for the Detroit Lions?
Absolutely. If you're trying to what I say about when they kept Matt Patricia, go all in on your plan. If their plan is I want to be the Detroit Patriots, well then go get all the Patriots, the style that you want. You get rid of these individuals that are not buying into your system. I don't care how talented they are. If they do not buy into your system, you're not going to get maximum effort out of their abilities. Clearly, Darius Slay, clearly Snacks Harrison, these individuals did not buy in. So fine, get rid of them. I would rather have somebody with less talent be full in than somebody with great talent be half in.
That is all facts.
Absolutely.
Because they're going to give you their all. But before we get into, Travis, before you answer that question, can you do me a favor and give a shout out to Jeff Terry, please?
Absolutely. Shout out to Jeff Terry with the $9.99 super chat. Says, when has the Detroit Lions coach ever been copied? One after New England win and after Kansas City game. I'm asking everyone, when has Detroit had that in the past 60 years?
Wow. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to give Jeff Super Chat's top priority. Just take a pause from the questions and answer those questions in a timely fashion. Trav, I'm going to go first. I don't think I've ever seen that ever. And this is 2 years in a row that Matt Patricia has been copied. He was copied last year by I think there was the Patriots that they came back and they somebody used the philosophy against the Rams. I can't remember what
That
it was.
was the Patriots.
That was the Patriots.
Yep.
So that happened. So I can say that, fellas, that I have never seen that. And that is, but Trav, how do you feel about that, man?
Yeah, I am also in agreement with that. That's for as long as I'm alive, I've never seen that happen. And to have it in back-to-back years with, we played the Los Angeles Rams so well and kind of broke their little code that they had. And, the Super Bowl champs, New England Patriots, came in and used that same philosophy to get their ring. Then the very next year, the Kansas City Chiefs did what they had to do. And, it's all because of really they played the Detroit Lions and seeing things were working properly. And when you have players buying in, like MICROMIKE was saying, when you have guys buying into the system and they're giving it your all, you're going to have success.
That's facts. That's facts. TA, the most noble man on the planet, man. What's going on with you? How do you feel about Jeff Terry, man? Jeff Terry, question, do you feel like a coach has ever been copied in the last 60 years?
Yeah, there's always going to be it's a copycat league. So there's always going to be copycats and guys that's going to try to follow your philosophy, your coaching techniques, things that you bring to the table. There's always going to be guys that implement that into their system. So I pretty much think that with that being said, I mean, you see this type of stuff happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be Patricia or some other coach, there's always been that type of copycat mentality throughout the NFL, and that's what I think about it.
All right, facts. Hey, Mark Orms from Orms Forum is in the building. He was on the show last Thursday when YouTube decided that 7 o'clock wasn't good enough, Mike, and they shut us down, man. So shout out to Mark Orm of Orms Forum. He is a Detroit Lions YouTuber as well, dropping content almost daily. Make sure you subscribe. Put your link in the chat for us. MICROMIKE, how do you feel about this, man? Has any man, the Kool-Aid is high with you, man? You like the Kool-Aid, man, but instead of red, you're blue, okay? And you're saying, oh yeah. How do you feel about what Jeff Terry said about a coach, another coach being copied of the Detroit Lions?
I just took that blue Kool-Aid and I put it in the microwave and I got it a little bit hot and I wanted to get it steamy down my throat. Leave a little bit. I put it into my arm and I'm feeling it. There is nothing like seeing a Bill Belichick say, I got the game plan for Matt Patricia. What? You're telling me the greatest coach of all time who wins Super Bowls like all the time got a game plan from the Detroit Lions? Well, that's what I like to hear. That means we got at least something going on with the X's and O's. It's not all just dents up in the brain. And I love hearing that we get it from Kansas City as well. We put Kansas City, we nearly beat them. And at that point, other teams utilize the strategy that Matt Patricia put down, and that is good to hear. I would rather hear that than say, We don't want to do the Detroit Lions strategy like Matt Millen. We don't want to do, because that's the strategies I hate hearing. But when people are copying off us, in which, let's be honest, it happens a lot, wink, wink. And it's important. It's important to understand that when individuals do that, it's actually a sign of you're doing something right. You're doing something right. So it is better. I like good news. I don't like bad news. So when I hear this news, that makes me happy. When I hear bad news, it makes me less happy.
Mike, and I see what you did there, man. The microwave. That's hot, brother. That's hot. You might have to use that, man. Hey. I dig it, man. All right, Mike. Hey, Mike. I think Mike took some improv classes, man, because he do his thing. I think we all did, man. I was thinking about taking some, but
hey, I want to talk. It's something in the chat section that I saw from Frederick Jackson that said something. He said, Matt Patricia is trash, bro. Y'all can make all excuses for this guy. He took a playoff caliber team and made it worse. And what I got to say about that is, in a way, you're right. The team has gotten worse. The team has not gotten better in Matt Patricia, but we have to be able to back up the coach that they gave us, because they did not fire Matt Patricia. A lot of people wanted Matt Patricia's job and wanted him to be fired. The Lions surprised everyone and said, hey, you know what? We're bringing this guy back in for another season. Whether you like it or not as a fan, this is what they gave us. So there's no excuses from the panel here saying that, oh, yeah, Patricia is the man. No, because some of us was on the side of wanting him to be fired because we felt like he wasn't getting the job done. So there is no excuses as far as this season. The Lions are doing it their way. Even though we as fans want it to be done our way, no, they're going to do it their way. And they felt like Patricia should get another opportunity. Now, this is his third opportunity to try to get this thing right. And if he don't get it right this time, I definitely think that his job should be had. So yeah, that's what I think about that.
And my philosophy is it's one pride to get ran over by a Mack truck. And I don't want to get ran over. So I am going to jump on the bandwagon because this is my team. This is my city. This is my state. This is my Honolulu blue and silver. And if they kept him as coach, well, darn it, I am going to be fully on board until he is not the coach. Then I'll be off board on him. But right now, they decided to keep him as coach, and I will do everything in my power to at least, even if it's just one more loud person in the stadium screaming, to me, that's a positive.
And see, I want to bring this to the forefront too, because there was something key that I heard from Glover Quinn the other day. And basically, Glover Quinn was just saying, like, this is what we thought of when we thought about Matt Patricia coming in. We pretty much thought this. We were thinking that he was just going to be the coach to get us and propel us to the next level. That's what it was all about. When the Lions were going to the playoffs, the couple seasons that they did go to the playoffs, Glover Quinn acknowledged that, like, hey, we had some decent players on this team. We had some guys that was out there working hard, doing what they needed to do, but we just felt like we just needed something to push us and propel us to go into the right direction. And then when you get a coach, when you get your GM coming in saying, okay, 9-7 is not good enough, and you have to find we got to find a way to get some wins, and that's the only thing that counts on Sundays is getting wins. I can understand where Glover Quinn is coming from. Because he's saying basically, look, we had a solid team. We were on our way to trying to get back to the postseason, but we just needed a push. And that's what they were figuring that Matt Patricia was going to do. He was going to give them the push that they needed to go to the next level. Anytime you get a coach from a championship team, you're already thinking in your mind, like, this guy's going to get us to the next level. That's what they were thinking, that this guy, Matt Patricia, is going to take us to the next level. And it didn't happen right away. So it's nothing that we can do about it. They decided to bring him back. So as a fan, we got to accept what they put out on the table.
Yes, I agree. And guys, if you have a question, save it for the end of the show. Okay. If you want top priority, super chats are always nice. That is awesome. Hey, and I appreciate that. We gonna get on that. If we start talking about Caldwell, we'll never move forward. You see, Travis.
I do want to say one last thing though. Like, I've always said this about any head coach. Okay, I always say that when you get a new head coach, that first year is strictly an evaluation year. See what you have on the team. The second year is always that breakdown. Okay, this piece needs to get replaced with that piece, and you're starting to build things. And then that third year, it's okay. Now this team is mostly my own team. Now you have to go out and perform. If you don't, then yes, you do got to get replaced. And if you do perform, obviously you could stay. Because you never want to get rid of somebody that just built something great. And, because I know that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did that with one Mr. Tony Dungy into a John Gruden. That championship was technically Tony Dungy's, in my opinion.
Well, that's a wascally wabbit hole that I don't want to go down, because if we go down the Matt Patricia, the wascally wabbit, and Jim Caldwell, we're not gonna come out. We're not gonna come out. So, guys, super chat or save it for the end, please. I would appreciate that. MicroMike, since we're talking about it, man, go ahead and give me your thoughts on it, please. I want to get the panel now.
Thoughts on what?
Your thoughts on somebody with Matt Patricia and Jim Caldwell. I done forgot, because we was talking about DA and then we got off to Matt Patricia and Jim Caldwell, and I can't remember, but we will go, and I don't remember what I talked about DA, but we will move on to the next question because I'm all out of sync. Y'all threw me off, man.
We were talking about Glover Quinn, how he said he thought that the team was going to be propelled to go into the right direction once they got Matt Patricia on the team.
Yes,
go ahead, Grit.
No, I just feel that the one mistake Bob Quinn made was he just didn't word it right. I've done my research. Jim Caldwell, I love you, man, but he was 1-10 against playoff teams. So I get it. I understand.
Right, I get that. Yeah,
I understand. Yeah. I don't necessarily agree, but I understand. But I think that's where he went wrong. MicroMike, that was the question. That was kind of the thing. But we're going to move on. We're going to move on, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we are tonight's entertainment. And question number 3 is, the Detroit Lions in Matt Patricia's first year acquired one Snacks Harrison. He revamped the defense. All of a sudden, you couldn't run nowhere, and they vaulted. The Detroit Lions defense, fellas, vaulted from in the late 20s to number 10. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't mind that, the Detroit Lions ended top 10, number 10, as a matter of fact, in overall defense. Could have been run defense. I don't remember. But with the Detroit Lions being 31, they were 31st in the league, second to last. Do you think that the Detroit Lions have enough currently? Now, not in the future, because we need somebody on that edge. But do the Detroit Lions have enough right now to vault from 31st into the top 10? We're going to start with TA. What do you think, man?
No.
Wow.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to flat out say no.
No.
Flat out no. Flat out no. We don't got enough.
Okay, TA,
when you
like
at the bottom. Hey, when you at the bottom of the pack, like how we are, you need everything. Give me everything. You know what I'm saying? I want everything. I'm greedy this year. I want everything. We want to win. That's flat out. We all know that. That's the common denominator in the room, is that the Detroit Lions, we want to win. We're tired of being a doormats. We're tired of being pushed around by the league, tired of getting cheated by the refs. We want to win. So in case in point, if I want to win, basically what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get players that's going to get me in that direction. When you are a GM and a coach, you must evaluate the talent that you have on your roster. You have to know if you got some dogs on this roster that's going to be able to get the job done. And
yes.
if they can, and if they can do that, and if they can really, really examine what they have on this roster, because you're playing with a lot of guys that are young. And nothing is wrong with playing with young guys and giving them the chance and the opportunity. But at the same time, you have to mix some good, solid veterans that can come in and propel this team to the next level, because you need that leadership for the younger guys. And then when that information is being processed from the veterans over to the younger guys, then when it's time for them to be the veterans, they can give that same favor to the players that's under them. So they have to. It's a must that they upgrade the defense and make sure that this defense is legit, because that's how you win championships. You win championships by playing defensive football, and you put points on the board by being able to score on the offense.
Yeah, that's facts. TA, Micro Mike, you need to mass produce that pill, baby, because TA done spit it out.
Okay.
He done spit the pill out. He don't got no ice in the Kool-Aid. He didn't add no sugar. He not having it, bro. He's not having Troxel Sports Talk. Do you feel that as of right now, May 21st, 2020, the Detroit Lions have done enough to go from 31st to 10, go, or in the top 10?
Not the top 10.
Okay.
Not in the top 10. I still want to see our pass rush. Now, I think that they could be a middle of the pack right now. Absolutely. Around the 15, 16, somewhere around that ballpark. You get a legit stud at the defensive end or pass rusher, then absolutely they can go into the top 10, maybe even the top 7. But as far as right now, today on May 21st, 2020 at 7:41, absolutely not.
All right. Tell us how you really feel, Travis. Thank you, man. Hey, Mike, I need you, baby, because I feel like Mike snuck something into my drink. That's what I feel like, because I feel like I'd have been drinking maybe the most at the table. Yeah, I think I've been drinking the most at the table. Micro Mike, how do you feel? Do you think the Detroit Lions have done enough on the roster, on defense currently, to go from nearly last in the league to at least number 10 or the top 10? What do you think?
We started from the bottom, now we're here.
That's right.
Go ahead,
We
Mike.
started
Go.
from the bottom, now our defense better be better than 31. That's for sure.
That's facts.
Let them know, Mike. Let them know.
Facts.
You play to win the game. And I think our defense will be an upgrade over last year. I don't necessarily believe we have to be top 10. See, that's the thing. Because if we have a running game, that defense just has to be okay.
A solid defense, yep.
So
Yeah,
if we can be middle of the pack, I think that's good. I think we're top 10. Woo, I don't think so. That's very
that's
man.
pushing it.
Yeah,
That's pushing the envelope.
I love my
That's the Stretch Armstrong right there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pushing it, brother.
I think we need to overdose my Mike Quill for me to jump to the top 10 of the defense after what I saw last year. But if that defensive line can get pressure, sky's the limit. Because Trey Flowers, he was picking up by the end of the year. He's starting to get a sack about every game. Maybe Aquara can help out. The Aquara brothers themselves can help out. We get a little bit of pass rush. I think it all depends on that defensive line, folks. The defensive line will lead the way. If our defensive line can get somewhat of a pressure, we'll be okay. If they can't, we're not going to be okay. I do believe they're going to be much better than last year, though. And we do have solid pieces in the secondary.
Absolutely.
Do we have to talk how we drafted Okuda with that 3rd pick? Can we talk about Amani Owarie, how he was a stud rookie that came out of craziness from the beginning of the year compared to the end? Trufant, the veteran, Jerron, oh yeah, we got a Walker. So I think if we could get pressure, those guys can turn the ball over. And if you turn the ball over, you can win on defense in that route. But it all depends on the guys up front. They have to stop the run, get pressure in the middle. We need Trey Flowers, no more hands to the face. You need to get hands to the sack and get these guys down so I can smile and be happy.
Micro Mike, bro, hands to the sack, man. Come on, man. Come
Mic
on,
drop.
man. Yeah, that's a little. Yeah, I see it. I know what you meant, but I know what it sounds like too. Oh boy. Hey, so
No, I didn't mean it like
yeah, man, because that's hey, I'm a dude. Yeah, Mike. Hey, you need like you need like a sedative, bro. You got to come. I felt like you was gonna have a heart attack over there. I'm telling you,
I'm wrong, man.
man. You know what, man. I appreciate Mike, because Mike, I need a Mike to counteract me, and he's done just that. He's really. So my thoughts about it is, now this gonna sound weird coming from the GB, but health and snacks. Health and snacks. Now, those two terms don't usually go together.
No.
Okay. But health and snacks, we went from 20-something to 10. Okay. So I feel like I needed one more pill, and I could say we could do it. We could do it. We get a solid dude on that edge. I think we really could jump to top 10. Snacks Harrison made a tremendous difference. We did not have 21 people on injured reserve, and I don't know how many was on defense. Micro Mike, you done put something in my drink, man, because I'm sipping it up, man. Clarice. Fava beans. Give me them
Shout out-
fava beans,
shout out
baby.
to Antoine
I'm going to
and
say
Juhan.
yes. The Detroit Lions have what it takes with an edge rusher, a proper edge rusher, and we can vault to the top 10 defense. Matt Patricia's third year, we can get in there, man. If one man, hey, Travis, TA, Mike, one man can make a difference, okay? And that one man is Everson Griffin. Bring that man here, man, and we will be good.
Another man,
Right.
Antoine is you high because he
Woo-wee.
just dropped a $20 super chat, and he must be. And what he says here is everybody do their job. Type of defense. Patricia went out, got those veterans, Collins and Harmon. Collins is going to be big help. Man, he's hype. I'm hype. Gridiron's hype. He dropped $20. Woo!
Man, Antoine, I'll have what he's having.
Profiling.
Because he dropped, but you know what? What he did, fellas, he dropped $1 for every ab that he got. So that's a 20-pack right there. Okay, shout out to Antoine. I'm still waiting, man. I'm still waiting on the eating regimen, how many crunches you do, how many oblique things that you do. Holla at your boy, man. Holla at your boy, because the dad bod is sinking in, man. This corona got the dad bod sinking in, and I can't have it. I cannot have that. So appreciate that. Did everybody answer? I do believe so. Now, with that being said, we gonna drink some more Kool-Aid, okay? Because as Lions fans, we start turning it. Mike knows this. TA knows this. Right around the draft, we started sipping it up. We put some ice cubes in it. We got to add a little more sugar. We got to mix it. It's one of them things where you start mixing the Kool-Aid packs. You know, you might have the blueberry and then the strawberry or the whatever it is, the cherry. So that's what we're doing right now. The Detroit Lions, 3rd overall pick, 312, and the 1 tie. What do you guys think is do you think the Detroit Lions, as of everything is going to be focused on today, as of today, 2.5 months till the season begins, the preseason begins. Do you think that the Lions have what it takes? Remember, guys, there are 7 playoff spots now that is installed this year. Do you think the Lions have what it takes to go and claim a playoff spot? Not a division win necessarily, but a playoff spot. Troxel Sports Talk, what do you got for me?
With there being 7 teams that make the playoffs, I definitely think that, there's a good shot that you can make the playoffs. I'm not going to say that we will or we won't, but there's a good shot. If everybody stays healthy and, everybody does their job, maybe we can add a new wrinkle and become the top scoring defense. If we can add that and we're still in the middle of the pack, to me, that's technically a top 10 defense. Because you might have traded something off, and overall defense might be a little bit lower, say in the 18 to 20 range, but you add the top scoring defense, that kind of balances it out, and you can go to the playoffs. Especially if you have a run game. I do think that just on the alone fact that you upgraded your offensive line, you took the time to add more running backs, add more competition to the room. I think that with that, teams are going to have to respect our run now. And when that happens, you're going to have a Kenny Golladay, Danny Amendola, Marvin Jones Jr., a Cephas, TJ Hawkinson, Jesse James, whoever, Marvin Hall in one-on-one coverage. I love my opportunities and chances with Matthew Stafford healthy, giving the ball to one of those fellas in a one-on-one situation. You can count 6 on the board.
All right. So what was the answer to all that and all that, baby?
I do think that we have enough to get there. We just got to, stay healthy and get there.
Okay. All right, Antoine, that's my bad. We back on that highlighted comment. We're going to let that ride out until that goes by. MICROMIKE, I'm going to let you go next because we need balance, man. I feel like TA going to bring the balance, and then I'm the wild card in this situation. But MICROMIKE, what do you think, man? Have the Detroit Lions to this day done enough to claim maybe even the 7th playoff spot for 2020?
You guys ready for some hype?
I'm
ready for me to go crazy?
Yes,
I am definitely ready.
Hold
on,
right.
Be careful, Mike. I'm worried for your health.
I'm going to break this thing down right now.
Break it down, man.
Yes, I do believe we have a chance to go to the playoffs. If you consider the fact that we have a strong offensive line, when you have such a strong offensive line, that gives you the ability to run the football. You can go in between the tackles, you can go on the outside, and that will give time for Matthew Stafford to look upon the defense and decide to throw the ball to a particular weapon that is open. That could either be a Jesse James, TJ Hawkinson, Marvin Jones Jr., Marvin Hall, Kenny Galladay, or Danny Amendola in the slots. He loves doing that. And if we have the ability to do consistent plays on first down, and close games out with the running game, it will give our defense a chance to rest. And if your defense has a chance to rest when it comes in the fourth quarter, that's how you win football games. And yes, we will have the ability to make the postseason.
All right. Thank you, MICROMIKE. I appreciate those words and how you delivered those words to us. I think we all got the point, Mike. Thank you so much for that delivery. We're gonna move on to TA from Noble Sports Entertainment. TA, have we done enough, man, to make the playoffs? Now, remember, man, we third overall pick. We had the 31st ranked defense for 2019. Have we done enough to claim maybe the 7th spot in the playoffs?
I'm gonna say no.
Oh,
I'm gonna say no.
I see. I've been waiting to get that in. TA bringing the avalanche down. TA, I'm gonna need a shovel, man, because you buried me under the avalanche. I've been drinking the Kool-Aid, and now I'm buried by snow, baby. Tell us what you mean, man.
And I'm gonna say no. Only why I'm gonna say no, because these first 4 games is gonna be really, really where you can really make your mark at. You know what I'm saying? Because the first 2 games, you think about it, they're divisional games, and you never can take those games lightly because they can go any way. Even though Chicago doesn't have the smartest quarterback right now or the best quarterback in the world, they still have a legit defense. I'm not going to say their defense is trash, but they're legit. And then you got the Packers, and you just never know how that Packers game is going to go. So in order for the Lions to go to the postseason, they're going to have to do some things that they haven't done in a long time. And that's be able to beat teams that people do not think that the Lions have a shot or a chance to beat. They're going to have to do that. And if they can't do that within the first 4 games, because not only after you play Chicago and Green Bay, you have to play a better Arizona team. You got to go against DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of those guys. So you got to be ready for that. Kyler Murray is going to be a little bit better this year. He's going to know a little something about the game now. And then when you play against the Saints, that Saints game is always a vital game because it's a shootout every time they play each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
And normally we come on the short stick. So it's going to be tough, man, for the Lions to make the postseason, because that schedule that they have towards the back end of the season, is tough.
Yeah. But
it's tough. So I'm just gonna say no.
Yeah.
But I do want the Lions to go. I'm just gonna say no.
I see what you're doing, man. You're gonna take the safe way. I see what you did there.
Grid, okay. I need your help.
I will say this though. Go ahead, Mike.
I need a Grid. After that answer, I can't wait for you to go, and I hope you have some Mike Will. I got extra if you need some.
Okay. I think I might have got a suppository in Mike Will, because I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling that, man. Somebody must have snuck something somewhere, because the Gridiron Blitz is feeling it, man. I'm feeling it in my soul. But TROXEL'S Sports Talk, did you go yet?
Yeah, I did, but I just want to elaborate a little bit about that schedule on what Noble Sports said. That first half of the season is very vital. Yes, it is on the road majority of that first half, and where that vaunting type of second half comes into play, where with all these crazy teams like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and things like that.
Yes.
We kind of got lucky a little bit in a sense that, they are home games. We do have a lot more home games to end that season. But if you could take care of that beginning of the season, it's definitely going to help. But if you can't, I think TA could hit it on the nose. We missed the playoffs.
Yeah, I got you, man. Well, thank you, Trav, for that, man. Appreciate that. We got Craig Ferguson in the building. Says, "Hey, fellas, roar!" I see that. Roar.
In my Rory voice.
That sound like the baby Simba that I just did there, man. What is going on? I don't know what's happening there. But, hey, shout out to you, man. Welcome to the stream, and everybody else. I don't know how many likes we got, fellas. It must be a sunny day outside. The weather, it stopped raining. So everybody outside, so they couldn't tune in to the show. So we got to let them know when they come back and watch in the post game. How many likes do we got in the building, y'all?
We got 47 likes.
47 likes. That's
on
what's up.
38 people watching.
Appreciate that, man. And if you eating a snow cone, have one for your boy, all right? Because everybody is outside enjoying the weather. Okay, Micro Mike, here we go, man.
Thank you. God, I need you.
Here we go. I got you, man. I'll be there for you like friends, all right? I'm going to say that the Detroit Lions, this 7 seed is very intriguing. You always have. I know, man.
Don't do it to me, Grid.
I need some milk. I'm going to need some milk, man, after
He needs some milk.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, you need some more Kool-Aid. That's what you need.
So here's my thing, guys. Here's my thing. Okay, just hear me out, man. Now, I missed a rant, and I'm going to be doing that this season. Here's my thing, okay? The Detroit Lions, we got a 7th spot. Now, we got the division winners. Now, I'm not going to say division just yet. That's asking a lot. But I will say you got one additional spot to get in. It's usually a tight race between, like, you've got the 4th seed or you got the division winner and then the 5th seed. That's like last year we saw Seattle and San Francisco. The loser of that game is a 5th seed. So just you go from that. Okay. So then you got 6 that maybe shouldn't be in, but they in. Okay. Then you got 7. You got little old poor 7. Hey, howdy, 7. Come on in here. I say that the Detroit Lions, and we say this a lot, what if I was broke? Trav, what if I was slim? What if I couldn't sing, TA, and I didn't win? One quote from a Ruben Studdard, guys. It's a lot of what ifs in this situation. If the Lions, the defense let them down last year. They are the reason. Blau, Driscoll, an injured Stafford, injured TJ Hawkinson. We got hope, y'all. We got hope. I say that the Lions can. Will they? I don't know. But I think if healthy, the Detroit Lions can indeed make the playoffs. So you know what? I'm gonna have to give myself.
He's drinking the Kool-Aid, yo.
I told you, bro. It is a suppository of Kool-Aid.
He needs some milk.
I need some milk, but you know what? Hey, I can't do my boy Micro like that. You know, in these times of distress, you need some positivity, people, and that's what we hear. And I think I'm being realistic at the same time, because one thing y'all have taught me, and you got to shake off last year. You really do, man. And I'm trying to do that. I'm really
positivity,
trying to do
Grid. Yeah. Positivity don't get no W's out there.
That's true. That's very true. And y'all gonna see that. If they tie in game 1, you're gonna see a whole different me. I'm just saying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are an hour into the show, and I want to make sure that we talk about this. So we're just gonna pull a 360. So we going around in a full circle. We're gonna wipe the slate clean. We're gonna start here. I would love to talk about this before we get off the show. So we're going to prioritize this right here. Okay. So a Mr. Trav, you know this guy, Eric Schlitt. Is that what's his last name?
Schlitt.
Okay.
Schlitt.
All right. That's a little mouthful to say. But he dropped his tentative 90-man roster and a 53-man roster. Now, we do know that there are 2 extra spots in the per team this season due to the extra playoff game. And of course you got the 10-man practice squad as well. So I'm going to try to bring in this picture. Now I hope it ain't fuzzy. I hope it, okay. It might be a little flicker. I hope it doesn't do this. Let's see if we can bring it in. All right. We was able to do that. Shout out to my computer. Okay. It's a little tough to see, gentlemen. If you can't see anything, let me know. I will try to help that out. But here we go, the 90-man roster. Fellas, can you see it? Did you get the link? Have you can you see this?
Yeah, we can see it, but it's a little squinty.
It's a little squinty. It's a little squinty, man.
A little squinter.
That's that Twitter. Yeah, that's that Twitter quality. You know, I did blow it up, and you know, it got all fuzzy and everything. But we got the 90-man roster. Just to go over it real quick. I'll name people that may not make the team. So what we'll do is we will skip to. I'm gonna see if I can do this, y'all. This might be a little tough. Okay, we're gonna do that right there. Okay, then we're gonna expand that. Okay, and then we're gonna blow this up right here. Okay, it's a little squint your eyes. There we go. All right. Now this is the more intriguing thing that I want to talk about. Now, fellas, I've sent you guys the link, so check it out if you can. Yeah, Buffed Up says Grid is always trying something. And you know what, man? I do. I'm 40 years old. A heart attack is waiting for me if I don't relax. So I need to do that, okay? I can feel it. My Apple Watch told me to calm down, so I need to do that. So I'm trying Corona, Kobe. I'm trying to be positive, man, because that's all we got. That's all we got. All right, so fellas, can you see it? Did you get the message in your phone? Because we did put it in the feed. So check the feed, the Voxer. Okay. But I'm looking here, okay? And I'm a little intrigued by this, fellas. Travis, you saw it, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at it on the stream.
Okay, you looking at
it's a little bit better. What do you call it? Via the actual YouTube stream.
Okay, so fellas,
bigger.
Yeah, go to YouTube. You can see a little bit better. I had no control over the fuzziness, but y'all gonna be like, Derek, you weird, man. You are super weird. But Travis, correct me if I'm wrong. There is no Miles Killebrew on this 53-man roster.
There is not.
There is no Miles Killebrew, and that's
we got a problem.
We got a problem. You think so, TA?
We might.
Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna shout this to MICROMIKE first. We'll wrap up with Trav. Who, looking at this 53-man roster, elaborate wherever you want to, man. But the question that I have is, who makes the team, Agnew or Killebrew?
Well,
TA?
first making go
ahead, Mike. What was you gonna say, man?
I thought you were going to me, but I was gonna say on Tuesday the show, the One Pride podcast, will be on Travis's channel. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Everything King will be our special guest for the day.
That's right. Shout out to King.
Shout out to King.
And congratulations again on the soon to be little one. That is an awesome thing.
Yes.
Shout out to you and your family, man.
Derek, do me one quick favor.
I'll try.
Can you just minimize the blow up chat so we can see the whole like the special teams and the running back?
Oh, so take the comment off.
Yeah, just so we can see the running back and special team, because it's like cut off.
I'll read it.
Okay.
Running backs, if there's something that you guys want to see or not clear about, I can read it to you. Running backs in this order, depth chart, 55-ish man roster. Kerryon Johnson, DeAndre Swift, Bo Scarborough, Ty Johnson, and one Jason Huntley at the running back position.
Wow.
So I think I threw it to, but you know what, MICROMIKE, since you jumped in there, man, you take this question. Everybody is intrigued by the roster. So MICROMIKE, who you take, man? Agnew or Killebrew?
I am taking Killebrew over Agnew because I think Huntley is going to take Agnew's spot. I think Huntley could be utilized in the punt returns, kick returns, as well as offense, and that's what Agnew was utilized in the jet sweeps. He would be part of that offense as well as kick returns. But he is a cornerback by trade, and we never seen him really in the defensive backfield. So I am going to give it to Killebrew over Agnew, considering the fact we have a Ty Johnson and a Huntley and an Agnew. So I'm going to give it to Huntley.
Okay. That's Huntley or Killebrew? You mean Killebrew?
Yeah. I'm
Killebrew over Agnew.
No, I said Huntley will take Agnew's spot.
Right, but you said I'm gonna give. Oh, I got you. I got what you're saying. You rounded. I see what you did there, Mike. I'm old, man. My ears got some wax build up, man. That's what that was. TROXEL'S Sports Talk, Jamal Agnew or Miles Killebrew?
I think both of them come back.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, that's a monkey wrench right there. So you're gonna have to explain yourself, man.
Well, I do think that Huntley does make the team, though. I think he'll either take Ty Johnson's spot, or Ty Johnson might have got the memo. I hope Ty Johnson got the memo, and we could kind of sit Huntley and get him, and keep him on the practice squad, get him, adjusted properly, and then when we do bring him out, he can come out and really perform.
Mm-hmm.
But I am very intrigued because there is no one Mr. Nick Bogdan.
Travis, we was gonna get to that, man. You ruined everything. You ruined everything, man. And it was gonna be a build-up. That's why I wanted to show you the 90-man and then the 53-man, because I knew you was gonna notice that. I knew you were. I knew you were.
My
Don't
bad.
go off down that wascally rabbit, Travis. We can't have you off the We got to stay focused, man. We gonna round back to that, but I want to get everybody.
I did.
I know.
And on your birthday, I'm going to put Nick Bawden into a cake and send it your way.
Man, you know what we should do? We should pay him and see if he'd do the what was that, man? The happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
Who was that, man?
to you.
Who was that, man?
Nick Bawden.
No, that was
Marilyn Monroe.
yeah, Marilyn Monroe.
Let me run into
Travis,
you.
I love you, man. I love you, bro. Okay, get back. Did you answer the question?
I think both of them are going to make the team. I think Killebrew and Agnew does make the team. I think Agnew got the message.
But
bringing
Trav,
in a Huntley.
You can't do that because according to Eric's list, it ain't room for both of them. So you're gonna have to kick somebody out.
To the
Well,
curb.
Ty Johnson and Justin Huntley.
Whoa. Okay.
Mm.
So the 6th round pick from last year and the 6th round pick from this year, or whatever.
They both will make the practice squad though.
Practice squad. Okay.
Mm.
All right. TA Noble Sports Entertainment, Mr. TA.
Yes, sir. Yes,
6K TA. What do you
Yes,
think,
sir.
man? Agnew or Killer Dude, as Micromike like to say?
I must say, I'm gonna go with. Man, this is tough. I'm gonna go with Agnew being released.
Agnew
I
is
hate
not
to
gonna
say
make
it.
the cut.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
say Agnew. If they got Huntley, if they drafted him to be a kick returner / special teamer, then that's gonna make the situation tight. It's gonna make it real tight because it depending on how they plan on using Huntley. I don't know how they're gonna use him, but if he's a special teamer / punt and kickoff return, then it would be probably getting rid of Agnew. But I'm saying Agnew has fought his way on the team, man, and it's kind of hard to say he's gonna be gone. It's kind of hard to say that.
Yeah.
So it could end up being one of the other running backs if they can't pan out. It could be Ty Johnson. It could be any of those guys getting cut. But I'm going to pick him. But because I think Miles Killebrew has that special teams. He got that playbook, man, and he's gonna stay on the team some kind of way.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
They love him
Absolutely.
on special teams. They love
Nick
him on
Bawden getting
special
cut.
Whoa.
Hey, they
Come
coming.
on,
Hey,
Mike.
Trav, you. Hey,
He could
Trav,
be
you.
joining the ISN when he gets cut, man.
Hey, shout out to Nick Bawden, man. Absolutely. Okay. Well, I think. Am I the last one? Did everybody go?
Yeah, you the last.
Okay, I'm the last. All right. Well, here's what I think. I think Agnew is gone. I agree with TA and most of the chat except Travis. Travis think we pull them both. I think exactly what TA said and MicroMike. We don't draft a Jason Huntley and keep a Jamal Agnew. Now, I just think that Jamal Agnew is going to get cut, and I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Okay, and we're gonna talk about this 53-man roster. I'm gonna circle back to Travis with the run game. DeAndre Swift, Kerryon Johnson, Big Bo. We need a fullback, but we got to use the man. So I think Agnew gets cut. We keep Mr. Nick Longhair Fabio Bawden.
Hey,
for
it's
the
not
run
long
game.
hair no more.
Oh, he cut it.
He cut it. He donated it.
Trav, he was setting the example for you, my man. Cut that hair, man. The kids is ready. The kids need it. Shout out TROXEL'S Sports Talk is doing a great thing, growing this hair out for children of cancer, and we appreciate that. We appreciate what you're doing, Travis. Trav, so with that being said, how do you feel, man? Do you think Nick Bawden stays on the team?
I definitely do think Nick Bogdan stays on the team. One Mr. Super Bowl champion head coach Sean Payton of the New Orleans Saints said everybody else could be a dodo, and call the fullback position the dodo birds. Guess what? It is proven, just like I said in my Nick Bogdan video. If you paid attention to the full thing, in my final thoughts, I put this same quote. Okay, everybody can else be the dodo bird, because guess what? We will have a fullback on our team, because it is proven that it is a successful system. You look at the Patriots, you look at, all these other Super Bowl winning teams. The Patriots are a prime example. They have one Mr. James Devlin. James Devlin is a difference maker. opens up the run game.
Wait a minute, Trav, with a name like Devlin, you know what the name Devlin mean, right? You saw Just Go With It. Devlin, really? Okay, I'm sorry. I got distracted, man. I got to take a Devlin. Trav, go ahead, man. Go.
But yes, they got James Devlin. You know, the New Orleans Saints, they have, I believe it's either I think it's Line is their fullback, and they will always have a fullback because it is a proven way, especially when you got elusive backs like we do, to help pop one of those running backs open. And you even seen it back in 1991 and that era with Barry Sanders. He had a fullback and it popped him open for extra yardage. It is very critical to running the football. And if you really want to be successful running the football, you keep a Nick Bogdan and you will have a legit run game. The only difference is with Nick Bogdan that I do have to complain about on my guy is you got to stay healthy as well as the team got to stay healthy, and we will have a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I you know what? I agree with you.
I don't know. Hey, Trox, I don't know if the Lions utilize the fullback that much.
Well, they're gonna have to because if they want to be like the Patriots, the Patriots use a fullback, and therefore Nick Bogdan has to perform. And if we weren't going to keep a fullback, why would they go in undrafted free agency and pick up another fullback?
Oh, look at hey, I see you, Travis. I see you, baby. See, that's what happened when you're passionate about a fullback. You get to prove your point, Travis. I see you, man, and I like what you did there. All right, we'll come back to Nick Bogdan, but I want to, if you guys can't see this, Trav, could you do me a favor and share the link in the chat? I appreciate that. I know you quick with that, so I know you got it.
For which one?
For what we're looking at right now, so that the people can follow along if they can't see. All right, so I'm gonna run down as quick as possible, as much as I can, so you guys can keep up. We got cornerback Mike Ford, Desmond Trufant. Okay, I'm gonna do it in the order of first to last. We have the we're gonna do defense first. Nickel corner is gonna be Justin Coleman, Jamal Agnew, Tony McRae. Okay, McRae. I see what you're saying. He's saying this is the 53 now. Hey, TA, the 53, bro. Hey, okay. No. The third safety will be Will Harris, Jayton. Is that Jayton? I can't read. I need some glasses. All right, defensive end, we got Trey Flowers, Romeo O. At the will linebacker, Jamie Collins, one Mr. Christian Extension Jones. Then we've got Danny Shelton at the 1-3 technique with John Pinacini. Ooh, I don't know if I did that right. That's a little close there. Okay, it's John P. At the mic, we got Jelani Tavai, Jarrett Davis, Jalen Reeves-Maven. High safety, Deron Harmon. 3-5 technique, we got Deshaun Hand, Nick Williams, and Mr. Kevin. Why is he on the team strong? I don't like this. I do not like Kevin Strong. You need to watch this man play. At the Joker, we got Tracy Walker. The Jack is going to be Julian O with Austin Bryant. Now, that is a unique take on this, fellas.
Yes,
that is.
So right now, wow. What scheme is that? Is that what are they running here? That's the 3-4.
3-4 scheme.
Yeah.
That's the 3-4 scheme.
Yep.
All right, now they're going to throw Jeff Okudah, MicroMike into the fire. He is the starting QB. I'm sorry.
He's a quarterback?
CB, that's my bad. CB, QB, they both got Bs. And surprisingly, fellas, listen to this. He's got Amani O backing up Jeff O. That's kind of unique. So Desmond Trufant's going to start on the other side. So we're going to focus on the defense right now. So if you guys need me to repeat anything,
yeah, they paid him, so they got to play him.
All right.
Oh wait, we do have a Jamal Agnew on the team.
Where is Jamal Agnew? Wait, no,
nickel corner.
Yes, nickel. Wait, where?
He ain't gonna be on the team, man.
Wait, Jamal
nickel
Agnew,
corner. It's Justin Coleman, Jamal Agnew, and Tony McRae.
That's right. I saw that.
He normally plays that nickel though.
Right, but that question was for us, not him. Because see, he got Jamal Agnew making it, but Miles Killebrew's not.
Yeah.
So that was a different take. But thank you, Travis, because I skipped right over him. So yes, Jamal Agnew as the second nickel corner, and Jamal Agnew be getting straight burnt. I'm just saying. So if somebody go down, we're gonna have a situation there. But fellas, well, what I just
straight up mouse.
what I just said, what I just named, I know it's a lot to keep up with. If you need me to repeat anything, let me know. Appreciate Antonio Hightower says, I don't need Bawden if I got Nauta as an H-back. I appreciate everything, man, in the super chat, the $2 super chat. I think 2 is Antonio's favorite number. But appreciate that, Antonio. He's also a member, one of my Pro Bowl members. So thank you, Antonio. Appreciate what you do for the channel, man. Fellas, we're going to start with Micro Mike. You've been silent over there, man, sipping on your Kool-Aid. How you feel about Eric's 53-man roster, man?
The Agnew thing intrigues me. Even putting him on defense is interesting. I don't see him making the roster just because he doesn't be utilized on defense. That's the thing. And we wouldn't have drafted Huntley or Ty Johnson last year because these guys don't just specifically do offense. You can use these guys in different aspects of the game, and I think Huntley is going to take that kick returner spot. So the Agnew thing got me a little question mark there for sure. I think that's the biggest one. In my opinion, I just don't think. I mean, he doesn't get utilized on defense. I don't want to see him out on defense. If he's out on defense, I'm a little worried. I think when it comes to Amani Oruwariye, they have him as a backup, but you got to understand that we do a lot of 3 cornerback sets. We mix it up a lot. So generally speaking, that a backup is actually going to be playing on the field a lot when we talk about the secondary. So when they say backup for Amani Oruwariye, officially, I guess it could say backup, but you're going to see him on the field quite a bit. I think it'll be mixed up a lot as well, and you'll see 3 safety sets. So even if they're named backup in the secondary, I would not really consider it too much of a backup.
Okay. So overall, that was kind of the biggest standout is the Jamal Agnew.
Yeah, the Jamal Agnew. It's just, I felt like last year he barely made it on the team. And with the addition of Huntley and what they did last year with Ty Johnson, to me, that spells the end of Jamal Agnew. If he was utilized on defense, okay, but that's all he can do is special teams at this point. He's not being utilized on defense and on offense. That was another part to his game is he can be utilized on offense, but he's not better than Ty Johnson when it comes to the if they would decide to throw the ball or do jet sweeping. He's not going to be better than Huntley in that fact.
Yeah, and Mike, I'm going to come in and go. Fellas, I got you, Travis and TA. I think that I would rather see Jamal Agnew on offense, actually, than defense.
Facts.
Because he is atrocious on defense. And if he's in, you need to be scared. You need to be worried. Absolutely. You know how I feel, man. Deshaun Hand has to be healthy, and it does not look like the Detroit Lions are going to go. Well, this is just Eric's take on it, so this is not official, anything like that, just another man's take. I prefer the 4-3, in my opinion. We saw what the 3-4 did last year, and to me, did not generate much pressure at all. Yeah, so me, overall, I think Killebrew over Jamal Agnew. I agree with Micro Mike. Jason Huntley is a stud. This man they drafted him for a reason. I think Jamal Agnew was on his last leg, and to be honest with you, gentlemen, I think the punt return might have saved his career as a Detroit Lion, because Danny Amendola took a lot of punt returns. So it was a little question about what's going on with Jamal Agnew. But Travis Troxel from Troxel Sports Talk, #TST. How do you feel about the overall Eric's thoughts on the defense, the starting the 53-man roster?
I mean, it looks pretty legit. I'm still wondering why Kevin Strong's on it as well.
Please tell me, Travis. I thought you knew, man.
Hey, it's still a head scratcher to me. But I mean, if you've been grooming him for the past couple years, you got to give him his due diligence. And hey, if you can't make it out of out of the preseason. I actually would have our 7th round draft pick this year out of Ohio State making the team. Yes, over Kevin Strong.
Wow. Yeah, Kevin Strong is atrocious. I mean, if you watched him during the preseason, he was bad. Him and what's my man name? Something Lee. What's he's forgettable. Lee somebody or something Lee. I forgot his name, bro.
Lee Hill from a long time ago.
Nah, Eric Lee. Eric Lee, was it? Yeah,
Yep.
that fool was, man, he was getting burnt more than some toasted
Wow.
left. Yeah, he was getting burnt, man. So I don't really dig that as well. But TA from Noble Sports Entertainment, what you think, man? How do you feel about Eric's thoughts on the defense?
TA?
For the most point, he got some legit people out there on the field. Like you said, the Kevin Strong guy is a guy that, you really got to look at that position. And then you got to look at, will Jamal Agnew or will Killebrew make this team? I think just because you got to look at it like this. They've been juggernauts on special teams. So it's going to be really, really hard to just say that they're going to be gone, but somebody has to be gone. And it can happen to either one of those players. It could be the Lions finally giving up on Killebrew, even though they normally use him on special teams because they don't really utilize him at linebacker that much.
Yeah, TA,
because I know he was trying to make that switch to linebacker.
Yeah. But the one thing about Killebrew, this man is the Swiss Army NFL player. This guy has found a way to consistently make the Detroit Lions roster.
Right.
So that's why I have, Killebrew shows up, man. Jamal Agnew, he a little shaky. So that's why I think Killebrew over Agnew.
Because he's a Swiss Army knife. He can be utilized as a linebacker position, safety. Yeah. He's good at special teams. And I think he's found his niche. Last year, I've written him off, but he made the team. He found his niche, and he's extremely smart. We've seen it throughout the year. So they talk about if you want to make a roster and you feel like you're on a bubble, what do you got to do it at? You got to do it on special teams. He's multi-dimensional. Matt Patricia loves multi-dimensional players. If you're on the bubble, you got to be able to work on different facets of the game. Special teams, and he can play multiple positions on the defense. When you look at Jamal Agnew, he can play special teams and some offense. He can't play defense. Well, come on, guys. This guy, Mike Ford, I will take Mike Ford over him. I'll take D-Virgin over him.
No, that D-version. Yeah, but it's also Eric Lee. D-version, man. Okay. TA, did I cut you off, man? Finish what you were saying, bro. If you were needed to finish.
No, I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry, man. That's not what I do. That's not what I do.
I'm just saying basically, like when it comes to the roster,
Well, here, let me talk about this as well, guys. This roster is not fully
when it comes to the roster.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the team that can get cut in.
I'm sorry, TA. You going in and out, man. So we're losing you, so I'm sorry for cutting you off. Yes, guys, this is one man's vision of the 53-man roster. So there's nothing official about this. This is as good as me putting my thoughts on the roster. So it's just something I wanted to talk about. So there's zero official about this roster. I just thought it would be a very juicy subject to talk about. So TA, we still got you, man.
And it's interesting, too, if you look at the Chicago Bears, they have 9 tight ends on the roster.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you, man.
They have 9 tight ends on the roster. It's unofficial at this point. You're going to see individuals like a Strong. Maybe they do bring in a Griffin. Maybe they do bring another defensive end or a defensive tackle in there. So this is completely unofficial. This is one man's train of thought.
Yes.
The roster is going to be fluid, especially when we get closer to training camp. I believe you'll have the ability to then for players to get checked out with their health. At this point, when it comes to COVID-19, their inability to get checked out by the physicians of the teams, I think that affects it. But yeah, man, I think we definitely got some more individuals to pick up in free agency to really help on that defense.
All right, that's facts. TA, I'm gonna let you go first, man. Okay, we're going to switch to Eric's thoughts on offense. Now, remember, guys, one man's thoughts, unofficial. There's zero official about this 53-man roster. I thought it was kind of unique, though, as well. So the wide receiver on the left side, one Mr. Marvin Jones. These are starters from order of start in depth. Slot receiver Danny Amendola takes the spot over one Quintez Cephas. I think those are both solid guys at that position. Left tackle Taylor Deckard and the holding machines, Taylor Deckard and Terrell Crosby.
Well, Terrell Crosby.
No.
Well, Terrell Crosby is going to be a swing tackle. He's going to play the right tackle and the left tackle you know, in backup role to Vaitai and Decker.
Okay, Trav, you know I love you, man. You know that, right?
I know
Okay.
he wasted a a pick on him. He's
So
going to
So
Pick
in,
on who? Who's the wasted pick?
Terrell Crosby.
He was a 5th round pick. I think he does very well for what his position is. He can play right and left tackle. To me, for a 5th round pick, an individual that can step in due to injury, that's invaluable in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Micro Mike. Well, to both of you gentlemen.
You weak, pathetic fool.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. This dude holds more. I'm telling you, man. But I respect y'all opinion because that's what ISN is about. It's about opinions and everything. This stuff is all love and fun. Nothing is personal. Left guard Joe Dahl and Mr. Logan Steinberg. He's going to back up Joe Dahl. Center is going to be Eric and then Bo, which is okay. Eric and then Bo Benz is going to back up Frank. I said Eric, and then I'm thinking of Eric, a Lions fan. Sorry about that, Eric. Right guard is going to be Jonah Jackson and Kenny Wiggy Wiggins.
Okay.
And right now, the right tackle is going to be one Big V. So we're going to move to tight end, Mr. TJH, Jesse, no name James, because he wasn't even, I don't know where he was last year, Isaac Nada, and then Hunter Bryant. So according to Eric, we're going to keep 4 tight ends on the roster. Wide receiver on the right side, Kenny Galladay and Marvin Long Ball Hall. So he makes the team and is a backup receiver. That's going to be kind of crazy. All right, there is no fullback on the roster according to Eric. We also keep 2 quarterbacks in Matthew Stafford and Chase Burger Daniels. Okay. And then our running backs, as stated earlier, Kerryon, DeAndre, Bo, Ty, and Jason Huntley. If you guys need me to repeat any of these, I can. We're going to start with TROXEL'S Sports Talk. How do you feel about Eric's 53-man roster on offense?
I don't know why Kenny Wiggins is still on the team, and I don't know why he put Jonah Jackson as the right guard, where that's more of a run opening type of blocking, where the left guard is more of a pass blocking. So to fit Jonah Jackson's skill set, you're going to put him at the left guard, and you could put Stenberg at the right guard, or a Joe Dahl with a Kenny Wiggins to kind of battle out who's going to back Stenberg out. But I do like having Bo Benchwa on the actual 53-man roster. I want to see what this man can do. He was highly touted at the University of Wisconsin. I know me and MICROMIKE were very high on him, bringing him in a year ago. We thought he was going to be actually our 2nd round draft pick.
No, 5th.
What was that?
5th round pick.
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
Round.
You thought he was a 5th round?
Yes.
Oh, okay. See, I had him as like the second round pick. I mean, the dude he could do a lot for.
We got 2 male Kuipers at the table: Trav Kuiper and Mike Kuiper. Welcome to the stream.
The Kuiper twins.
The Kuiper twins.
Welcome to the Kuiper twins.
Under the radar. He's got a 6'5".
I know.
250.
But I mean, for him to go undrafted, we still got him. That was a steal. So I'm excited for him to, finally be on a 53-man roster, and let's see what this man can do, because I think he can really push a Kenny Wiggins out of this off this roster.
Yes, facts. Ladies and gentlemen, because I know we got at least one lady. Shout out to Mrs. B, Miss Brandy Hodges, who was here earlier. Get your questions ready. Make sure you start off with hashtag ISN. You can leave a question for us, and we will try our best to give you the answer to that question. MICROMIKE, I'm going to let you go next, man. How do you feel about Eric's 53-man roster on offense?
I think it's fairly spot on. I do believe that Joe Dahl is the left guard. He will stay at the left side. He was last year. I think Jonah Jackson is perfectly for the right guard position. I do believe that Joe Dahl will start at left guard, but make no mistake about it, Sternberg is in the back here, and he could end up being a starter as the year goes on. But I do believe Dahl will be starter the beginning of the year, but he needs to watch out. Bo Benchwa, a guy who I coveted from Wisconsin, I had the Lions drafting in the 5th round. We actually picked him up in free as a rookie free agent. I think he'd be good again as a backup coming in and staying with the Lions. Good pickup. I do like Terrell Crosby from Oregon, 5th round pick. He can play left and right tackle position. Obviously, we picked up Halapaludi Vaitai. That spelled the end of Terrell Crosby being possibly a right tackle. We have a really good mix-up between the young players in Bo, in Jonah, in Sternberg. And so I know a lot of people hates Kenny Wiggins, but I do think it is important to have veteran presence on that line, because we don't have a whole lot of veterans on there.
Yeah.
You're looking at Taylor Decker and Frank Ragnow as being the veterans on the team. That's quite scary. So I don't mind having a Wiggins as a backup veteran presence to help the young guys who have obviously more talent than him. But it is good to have a veteran presence in there. For tight ends, I could see that now. We got a 55-man roster. They use Nada as a fullback sometimes as well as a tight end. I think we had 3 tight ends last year, but I could see them going 4. We got Nada. We drafted last year, 6th round. We got TJ Hockenson, 8th overall pick. Jesse James with the big money contract. We pick up the rookie free agent tight end that was coveted by 31 other teams. So I do think we go with the 4 tight ends. I like the idea that Marvin Hall is quote unquote a backup, even though we do 4 wide receiver sets. He's going to be on the field quite a bit. But in my opinion, when Marvin Jones is done with his Detroit Lions career after this year, I think we should keep Marvin Hall to be his replacement. The guy gets open. I love the signing last year. He came out of nowhere, did a fantastic job. I love the depth on offense. All around, guys, our offensive depth from every position is significantly high. This is the strength of the team.
Yes.
You look on the board, our number 1 wide receiver and our 5th wide receiver in Cephas, they're all good, man. I mean, you look at a running back position, they're all good. What's terrible about those guys, we're gonna end up cutting an offensive player that is going to be quality player for another team, because we do got a lot of talent on offense. I mean, literally, Bo Scarborough picked him out of nowhere, 3rd running back in the team. We got DeAndre Swift, Kerryon Johnson, Ty Johnson, and Huntley will be battling it out. Maybe they decide to go 1 or both. I don't know. I'm thinking 1, but there is a lot of talent in this offense. I think he's fairly spot on. I don't think we're going to make any more big-time moves on the offense, and you're kind of going to see it play out unless there's an injury.
I got you. And I forgot. I feel so bad right now because I left out the special teams. I feel super bad about that. In the 3 individuals, we got the long snapper. We've got Don Reliable M. Okay. We also have Jack Fox and one Matt Prater. So I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm sorry. Our TA, Noble Sports Entertainment. How do you feel about this offensive roster, man?
I think everything that the guy has is pretty much spot on. You know, you can reverse and do whatever with the roster, you know, however you want to mix and match with these players, especially with the rookies coming in. There is a possibility for these rookies to be pushing for a starting job, especially if they're offensive linemen, because you basically want to have your best offensive lineman out on the field. And I don't care if it's a rookie. I just want the best guy out there for the job. So when I'm looking at the roster and I'm seeing Decker out there and I'm seeing Joe Dahl. Now, Joe Dahl, the thing about him is that he was playing really, really solid last year. He came in and just did his job, man. And you got to like that. I'm kind of iffy about Taylor Decker at times because sometimes he shows up and then sometimes you're like, where is he at? Because he's getting beat every time.
Yeah.
So, and then when I'm looking at the new guy, Big V, I really don't know too much about Big V. I'm going to have to look at more film on him because I really didn't get a chance to really dissect him as a player. But I think that I'm going to have to do my reconnaissance on him to understand what type of player he is. But for the most part, with the receivers and the tight ends, guys like Hunter Bryant, like if TJ Hockenson happens to get hurt or Jesse James ends up getting hurt, you got some guys that can come in like Nada and Hunter Bryant that can fill in. And I definitely think that Marvin Hall is definitely, I agree with MICROMIKE on that totally, that if Marvin Jones, this is his last season with the Lions, if this per se be his last season with the Lions, then I definitely take Marvin Hall to fill in that slot because everything deep this guy can catch.
Yes.
And I like the rookie as well. I like his upsides, and I think his ceiling is going to be high. And they may just move him into that position because when you're drafting a receiver, normally that's what you're doing. You're trying to draft a guy that will be able to complement your star receiver, and they could put Cephas in that type of role.
That's what's up. Appreciate that, TA. We got Matthew Huntley in the building. Appreciate that, Matthew Huntley. He is also, along with Antonio Hightower, a Pro Bowler member to the Gridiron Blitz. I appreciate that, sir. Matthew, I left a members-only community post for you and Tone. Matthew, if you want a Gridiron Blitz shot glass, please email me your information. I left a member post specifically for you two, so you guys can check it out. Thank you so much for what you do for the channel and the team as a whole. Gentlemen, here's my thing. So this is 53, a 53-man roster. I see a hole at a wide receiver, and I see a hole at quarterback. So I am going to say that if we add the 2 more to the roster, we carry 6 wide receivers, and then we have a 3rd quarterback. I do like the starters, the first string as well. Not too fond of holding machines, Tyler and Crosby. And if you're in the chat, we are going to start taking questions right after this. So please hashtag ISN and then your question. We would appreciate that. But I'm very intrigued by the running back position. We were saying last year about the 3 versus 4 tight ends, about the 5 versus 6 wide receivers. This year looks like they are going to go with 4. And I think so. To me, it's kind of a toss-up between a 6th wide receiver, a 3rd quarterback, and a backup, a 4th tight end, because we can only have 2 of the 3. 3 quarterbacks, 4 tight ends, or 2 right side wide receivers. But I like what I see, and I think our strength is going to be on offense. Our defense has to prove. They let us down in a lot of games, and obviously we lost Stafford. So I hope that we are able to really utilize the offense, fellas, and really show what us Detroit Lions fans have been hoping for quite a while with the Detroit Lions offense, man. So thank you guys so much. Make sure you put that in the chat. Hey, MicroMike, we got a question from 313 Claus. Can you read that question for me?
Yes, sir. It says, ISN, what are the free agent and draft class numbers if they even picked them?
Wow. I don't know. I don't know. Does anybody know that on the panel?
Not as of right now.
I do not know that so far.
Hold on. I'm gonna check one thing. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up.
Trav, if
it's on there.
Okay, appreciate that, Trav. Always appreciate the work you put in, man. While he's doing that, if you come up with it, do that. But guys, do you think we're gonna have any fans in the stadiums? I know a lot of places are opening up now and having a minimum crowd, 25%, 30%. So as we're waiting on Travis to drop that information, if he can find it, do you think you got it?
Yep.
Okay.
So Hunter Bryant is gonna wear number 86. Quintez Cephas is gonna wear number 87. Cornell is going to wear number 96. Jamie Collins is going to wear 58. Chase McBurger Daniels
shout out to McDonald's.
Is going to wear number 4.
Number 4.
Damn burglar.
Yep.
No, not only is that Jason Hansen's
just Jason Hansen's number, yeah.
But that is
mess with the GOAT.
Man, and that is one Mr. Joe Dumar's number as well. That's a disgrace.
Jason Hansen's the GOAT, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't he have like the most?
If that's the case, go
ahead, TA.
If that's the case, go ahead and give DeAndre Swift Barry's number.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. That man, oh wow.
I'm actually surprised
if you're going to do that.
Go ahead.
No, he was just saying about if you're going to do that. What else you got, Trav?
Oh, because originally I did catch wind that Cephas was going to actually wear number 81, Kelvin Johnson's number.
But I thought that was only during the preseason.
That was only going to be during the preseason. So it looks like we got roughly what their new numbers are going to be. They got a Jeremy Davis going to wear number 12. Dinson is going to wear 36. Elliott's going to wear 42. Fox is going to wear 3. Fulgham is 14. Obviously, that was last year. But Josh Garnett is going to wear number 50.
Holy
Man,
smokes.
I'm like, who are these?
I know, man.
I'm like, who are these?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Harmon
Yeah, that's
is going to
crazy.
wear 26.
Wow.
Heron is going to wear number 75.
75. That sounds like a busted number, man. Like, who's it? Doesn't that sound like a lineman?
153?
I know.
Huntley is going to be 41.
Who's number 2? Who's number 2?
I'm not too sure.
No, that was a joke. Number 2.
Oh.
Yeah. Get it?
Uh,
Get it?
Bum, 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 bum.
Jonah Jackson is going to be 73.
Yeah, they still don't got a.
What'd you say, T8?
Let's go.
They still don't got a good number for Swift, man. I don't like that.
What number is Swift?
It's not.
They
These
he's going to be
numbers-
wearing 6.
These numbers for the rookies are not finalized, guys.
Yeah, they're not
Yes.
finalized.
Yeah,
No, they're
yeah,
just-
Just numbers.
Yeah, they're just playing
for
in them in the
right now.
preseason.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now,
He may
Matthew
end
Huntley,
up with 32 or something like that.
Matthew Huntley, appreciate the membership, man, says, let's be real. Besides linebackers, do y'all see a big improvement in his team? Lots of Kool-Aid, aid flowing, but I still see 8-8 team with a healthy Stafford. That's the wow. He didn't put a hashtag, but we gonna look at that anyway. Wow, he's saying the Kool-Aid is we done overdosed in Kool-Aid, and besides linebackers, has there been a big improvement on this team? What do you think, Travis?
I mean, there has been a tremendous amount of addition to the linebacker. You know, I mean, I did have them at 9-7. You know, but I could see 8-8. You know, my prediction when the schedule was released was a 9-7 record.
Wow. Okay. All right. MicroMike, what do you think about that, man?
Yeah, because I'm not talking about specific players, but they decided to go the route that I've been screaming about. Simply go with your plan fully. And their plan fully was to get rid of the players that did not buy in and bring in players who did. Again, the players that they brought in are into what Patricia wants. To me, the more important thing was getting players who bought in regardless of talent. You have to have full-in players, and they got rid of the guys that did not want to be there. When you have individuals in a locker room who are defiant against what the leadership is wanting, you're going to get 3-12-1. You're going to get a 6. You're going to get a bad year because not everyone buys in. You have to have everyone buy in. There's got to be one unit, one squad, one team moving for one mission. That's what they did there. And to me, that alone will make it have them the ability of running for the playoffs. Get bought into the system. No
Yes.
more talking behind coaches' backs. No more leaking out to the press. No more, oh, I got to practice in the snow. All that stuff is gone. You get
That's
in
facts.
there, do Patricia's way. 55 people are on a 55, same route, same everything, and that's how you succeed.
TA, what you got, man? Do you
What's the
think
question
that,
again?
Do you think that that just overall the team is, other than linebackers, do you think the team has
Yeah.
made a significant improvement?
I'm going to say, because I'm a baby when it comes to drinking Kool-Aid. So no, I don't. I'm going to say no. I still don't think that the Lions have what they need on defense. I still don't think that, even though he got all his players, I still just feel like it's a couple missing pieces to this. I'm okay with the offense. I'm
Yeah.
fine with how the offense look, but until they address the defense, I'm not saying that these guys are going to make the playoffs. I'm not saying none of that. It's going to be a wait and see approach. I'm not predicting any records, any of that, because every time I've tried to predict a record for the Lions, it backfired in my face, and I end up eating crow all season long. No more crow eating for me.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. And I think that we have made a improvement. I do believe that Cephas, what was it? Fulgram. We didn't. Jermaine Kearse got hurt. Then we had to get Fulgram in. If I'm not mistaken, we also have DeAndre Swift over who was the number 2 running back? McKissick. Who was number 2? Who was the number 2 running back last year? Does anybody remember?
Man, it was. Yeah, you might as well say him.
You might as well say an unnamed soldier because every week we had a new different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We had a good job just off of this thing, Mike. We had a different running back every week.
I can't stand Chase Daniel, but I do believe he's an upgrade over anyone that we had last year. So I think that we could use. My biggest thing, honestly, is I am dissatisfied completely with the defensive end. I do not like the 3-4, and I did see something earlier, and we'll talk about that potentially. But I want to see a pure pass rusher on this squad. And I would like to see more pressure to the quarterback. If Matt Patricia can use the team that he has now and be able to make a significant difference, whether it's blitz, pressure, or just overall defense, I'll be happy. But I am probably, fellas, most pleased with the running back position, because even if Kerryon Johnson, who has not completed an entire season, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if he goes down, we got a Bo. We got a Huntley. You know what I'm saying? I think we solid at running back. I really do. I think that's why we didn't go get Devontae Freeman and things like that. Now, we don't have a ton of questions, and I want to take this question for Antonio because we've been talking about it on the show as well. ISN and the One Pride podcast would love to open up the phone lines for this segment of the show where you can call and give us your questions on air and we'll answer them. However, we are going to need some support. So if you guys would like to see the phone lines open the next time I host, that can be done. Just let us know in the chat, connect us on our community posts, and maybe we can all put out a poll and take the results from there. But I will tell you guys this. If it is not supported, we will not have it. Okay? So, Antonio, I love you, man. What we'll do is we'll get you on the One Pride podcast as the 6th person. We'll try to make that happen as soon as possible. So, fellas, we've been on for 1 hour and 46 minutes. Did I miss anybody's questions in here? Anything that I can answer or we can answer?
I do have one thing though. The answer to your joke, who is wearing number 2?
Yes.
It is one punter, Sipas. It is
he doesn't really matter.
Aaron
Sipas on some scissor. That's crazy. That's insane.
He is wearing number 2.
Who, Mike? Have you heard of this? Who is this?
He's undrafted rookie.
You are going into roster spots, Trox, that I didn't even know existed.
Man. And that's crazy.
Well, I am basing this off of the NFL Detroit Lions app under their roster. So they have, it looks like all 90 man on here. Like Stenberg is going to wear number 61. Who else? Trufant is going to be 23. Tavai is going to be 72.
Isn't that funny that when they got Trufant, Slay said what he said, and then Trufant is taking his number potentially? That's insane.
Wordle is going to be 49. And I think I missed one other person. It was Sellers is going to be the other fullback. Sellers is going to be 47.
What if Sellers make the team and Ronald doesn't? Travis will be devastated.
Oh, man.
He will be devastated.
Yes.
Travis will
come on. 6'2", 247 pounds or 245 pounds. Like, you are not, you could throw that man as a linebacker, as a nickel corner or a third safety or something.
He could be the quarterback for the team, the left guard, right guard, center, running back, fullback, wide receiver.
Wow. Now, Klaus, who asked that question about the numbers, he comes in with a little jokey joke. He says, y'all got the numbers for the water boys as well? I see what you see. How you going to ask the question? How you going to ask the question and then come back with a joke? That's not even right, man. That
could get comment of the day, though.
It could get comment of the day. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, we're going to take this last question. Gridiron Yuki says, #ISN, do you think Swift will be a bust? That's going to be a no. or an average running back like David Johnson? And then he exclamation points that and says, I hate him. So without the hate, because we don't like to bring the hate to the show. It's too much of that going on.
Yeah,
in the
I'm
world.
gonna say I hate the man.
What
Yeah.
the world needs is love, Yuki. And hey, that's what the world needs. Hey,
we need a lot
Mike,
of love, Yuki.
how you feel about DeAndre Swift, bust or average running back?
He's going to be above average for our offense. He's the perfect fit for what we're looking for. We're looking for a running back to catch the ball at the backfield, utilizing the pass game as well as run in between the tackles. This guy is going to be a stud for us. Definitely no bust, more like the best.
Absolutely. TA, what you think, man? Bust or average player for DeAndre Swift?
He better not be a bust.
You better ask somebody.
A buster, absolutely.
Baby.
Not with that
You
second
better ask
overall
somebody,
pick.
baby.
Yeah, not with the second round pick. He better not be. That's all facts.
Yeah,
TA.
he better not be a bust. Yeah, he can't be a bust, man. No way. I know it's gonna be, he gotta pick up everything, he gotta learn the playbook. That's what he has to do. But at the same time, I don't think that DeAndre Swift was brought here to be a bust. We have been looking for a consistent running back for a very, very long time, guys. So I just want consistency out of the backfield more so than anything else. We want consistency, so we can't have DeAndre Swift being a bust. We need him to be one of the best rookie running backs to come in the game.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. He's not gonna be no bust. That's not gonna happen. So that's not going to happen. Travis, what you think about DeAndre Swift, bust or average player?
Let's just put it this way: when you can get one Mr. Barry Sanders' attention, he is going to be far from being a bust. Barry Sanders says he is going to be something very, very special. Don't expect much day one, but you will see something very special, especially with the core that we have. And if the offensive line can stay healthy and open up the holes, this is going to be a very scary running attack.
Absolutely. And I feel like, Mike, did you go?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
I feel like that, DeAndre Swift is going to be something special. We just need the whole Lions. All we talk about is if everybody was healthy, if was a fifth. That's a line. That's our motto is if.
Yeah.
And I think with the addition of a solid, healthy offensive line, this dude is going to be something special. I really believe that. And outside of being a rookie, I think Kerryon need to watch out. It don't have nothing to do with workout regimens, anything like that. DeAndre Swift is solid. He's and he doesn't have Kerryon was a workhorse. DeAndre Swift is not. I mean, as far as in college. So there's going to be there's different running styles. I have yet to see Kerryon put somebody on skates, but he trucked Jeff Heath. He put that dude in. I think he literally was out the game. So I think that DeAndre Swift is going to be anything but a bust. I think that's actually disrespectful to him. Well, It's about that time. Guys, I had a great time. We missed the DERRN. I didn't even get a chance to shout him out when he came into the chat, and we know it is approached. I think MICROMIKE is having some sheep right now because he tired. So we're going to wrap this thing up. We're going to start with
shout out to the DERRN.
Yeah, shout out to the DERRN.
Shout out DERRN.
We miss you. And if anybody wants to get on the show, please tweet either one of us. It doesn't matter. You can email us. You can leave it on a community post, comment, anything like that. We'll try to accommodate everybody as long as you can keep your language clean. With that being said, TA, what do you have for the Detroit Lions community and the people watching? What's your last words, man?
Man, what another awesome show on tonight, guys. We appreciate you guys for rocking out with us as we continue to grow this thing. You guys are growing with us. And these are the steps that we're taking, man, to be to give you that Lions talk, that talk that you need about your Lions. We're going to laugh a little bit. We're going to joke a little bit. We're going to have some fun. We're going to mix it up, but we're going to talk Lions, and we're going to give you facts. We're going to give you opinions. We're going to give you everything. It's going to be like gumbo over here. So just embrace yourself. We appreciate everybody for rocking out with us on tonight, and you guys are the superstars.
That's all facts. TROXEL'S Sports Talk, what do you got for the people watching?
Well, stay tuned for tomorrow on the Grid and Truck Show on the Gridiron Blitz channel. That will be at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And I should have a video coming out tomorrow as well. But with that being said, love you guys all. Appreciate you helping us grow. And love you guys. Stay safe. Wash your hands. And this is Trucks and Sports Talk. Have a nice day. Love you guys. Peace out.
All right. And Mr. Kool-Aid Micro Mike, who's barely up right now, what do you got for the people, man?
You see that link there? Guys, go to that link. That is actually Glover Quinn right now in the DB room with one and only Mr. Jeff Okuda, the third overall pick. He is live with Jeff Okuda as we speak. So make sure you click that link right when you're done with this because we're about over, and go give love to our guy, Mr. Quinn. And so it will be interesting, as well as Tuesday, the One Pride podcast is on Travis Troxel's channel. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Everything King is going to be on with us. It's going to be a fire show like we always do.
Fire.
Cannot wait. With that said, I appreciate everyone taking the time to listen to us, and adios.
Appreciate you, fellas. Man, I'll wrap it up. I appreciate all my fellas on the ISN panel. Appreciate the DERRN as well. We missed you, man. Can't wait till you back on the show. Congratulations to TA for 6K and MICROMIKE for his milestone as well. And TROXEL'S Sports Talk. You guys really are the reason we have jobs, and you know, this thing is difficult. We take time away from our families, but we appreciate the people that also do the same and are in here with us. And as far as the Kool-Aid, guys, you know, we all want to see the same thing, and that's the Lions win. And sometimes we might take a little too much of it, and sometimes we might not take enough. But at the end of the day, we all want the same thing, and we appreciate you guys to not only support us, but every other Detroit Lions YouTuber out there. And we do appreciate you. And for ISN and the fellas at the panel and the DERRN, we thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. And we will see you on Tuesday with Everything King over on TROXEL'S Sports Talk. So if you are not subscribed to him or anybody else on the panel, make sure you do that. Also, when it comes to the phone lines, get on that. I'm not going to waste my time if y'all not going to use them. So do that as well. And a special thank you to my members, Antonio Hightower and Matthew Huntley. And Antonio, we're going to get you on the show real soon, man. So with that being said, peace, and we will see you on Tuesday.
Go Lions!
We out of here. Whoopsie.